how do you feel?
Oh man, I haven't been asked that question in a long time. I feel good. There's a lot of pressure going into this fight. There was a lot, with the camp change. I changed everything except my walkout song. Literally everything except my walkout song. I'm in a new home. I had just bought a house back in Missouri, a beautiful house that I wanted to be in for 5 or 6 years, and I was in it for 5 or 6 months, and we moved, and we got a new place. It's small, it's cozy, but there was a lot of sacrifices that went into this move, and it all paid off tonight. I'm so thankful. I'm so happy. Yeah, everything paid off.
How would you rate your performance in terms of your other performances?
I don't know. I haven't watched it back yet. I'm my hardest critic. As soon as the fight got over, I thought, man, that was a bad performance. And then I thought, no, that was a really good performance. And then I got excited and kind of, I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it back. I'll let you know in a week or two.
It's very common. You guys come back here and you're always so hard on yourself. It seems so silly because we all enjoyed it.
Yeah, but that's what it takes. As soon as you start getting complacent is when you start getting caught. My problem is I have trouble finding the enjoyment out of doing what I love. I love this. I loved every minute of that. Being in there was terrifying and awesome at the same time. And I have trouble remembering how great this sport is, and that I don't have to go to I'm 28 years old, and I don't have to go to a job that I hate every single day. I get to wake up next to the most beautiful woman in the world. I get to go to the most amazing gym in the world and train with the most amazing people in the world. And then I get to go home and eat cookies. Life is so good. And I need to take a step back and remember that sometimes.
What kind of cookies?
So I got the double stuffed fudge elf cookies waiting for me at home. Yeah, I know. I know how it goes.
You didn't bring them here just in case?
We can't, because I don't have the self-control to not eat them before the fight. So they're at home in Florida waiting for me. I also got some ice cream sandwiches waiting too.
So it sounds like you really thought about this. I'm sure you think about every fight, but did it go the way you kind of pictured in your mind that it would go?
It honestly went exactly how I thought it was going to go. I know how tough Jared is. Every interview I have done, I have been nothing but respectful for Jared. And that's not that I am 100% honest when I talk. I don't trash talk. There's a reason why some fights it seems like I'm trash talking, and some fights it seems like I'm the most humble guy in the world. It's because I'm telling the truth about how I actually feel. I really think this guy sucks, or I really think this guy is really good and this is going to be a tough fight. I knew how tough this fight was going to be. I knew how good Jared was. Never been finished by submission in the UFC. I knew what I was in for. That's exactly how I thought it was going to go. There was a couple of mistakes at the beginning of the round, but I adjusted. And I'm really proud of the ability to adjust in between.
Was there anything that surprised you about him?
No. I think that everything. I thought he would try to knee me a little bit more. That's about it. The camp we were working on setting up our punches without just shooting in, because we didn't want to run into knees and uppercuts. And he really didn't show a whole lot of that. And that might have been because I was doing what we worked on. So other than that, no, I think that's exactly what I thought it was going to be like.
And I noticed there was some respect, when the fight ended. Did you guys speak to each other at all after?
Yeah, we saw each other in the back, just, your basic crappy good jobs and hugs. And I like Jared a lot. I really do. I think he's a really cool guy. And I would actually like to train with him, sometime if he ever wants to come down to ATT. But very cool guy. Nothing but respect. This is a business, though. Did Andre win? Did he win? Let's go.
And now I'm totally distracted by him winning. Does it make it easier or harder for you to fight a guy that you like and respect?
Easier, I think. It's easier because there's no, if he had beat me tonight, he would have been very happy about it. He would have been very loud about it. But I know that it would have all been, good jobs and handshakes, so there's something to, like that. But it doesn't really matter. I'm in there. to beat you up. I cut him a couple of times, and I remember thinking to myself, I got you, you know, even though I like him. But I would say easier, but it really doesn't matter.
And what's next? When do you want to get back in there? Do you have an opponent in mind?
So I get married November 20th of this year, and obviously I probably won't be able to fight in December because I'm not going to get married and then, you know, go right into a camp. I want to fight one more time this year, if possible. So I think after tonight we'll figure it out. I do think that I'm in the running for some bonus money though, because there aren't a whole lot of finishes on this card. I got one in the third round. The guy before me, I think he got a knockout. So I think it's between me and him. There's 3 bonuses. So
sometimes more. You never know.
yeah.
What would you use that for? The wedding. That's the right answer. If your wife's watching the wedding.
I would spend it on our beautiful wedding, my love.
But the real answer.
Star Wars.
Collectibles?
I'm a nerd. Collectibles, all of that.
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh
like,
cards.
Yeah, I'm like, what about? Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So you the kind of guy that, are you always on the internet, you know, trying to find like the most hidden sort of stuff, or how do you get your collectibles? How are you?
No, I don't worry about any of that. If I like it, I buy it.
And I think she's probably got a good point. I mean, I think even if you took a part of that bonus and maybe earmark it a little bit for the honeymoon, is probably a safe decision, or maybe for the wedding itself. But you made the big change. You know, you were winning, but you still decided to change camps, relocate yourself. You left this big house. You make all these big changes. Why keep the Walkout song? Is it a superstition thing? Is it just your song? Why change everything else but keep the song?
It's just my favorite song. It's different. It's by a guy named Jonathan Young, and so the song is from a movie that I watched growing up, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I really liked the song in the movie, but it's a Disney song, so like I'm not gonna walk out to that. And then Jonathan Young, who's my favorite artist, made a remix of it, and I absolutely love it. I know it. I could sing it to you right now if you wanted me to. I'm not going to. I saw you.
My next question.
It's my favorite song. It's unique. No one is ever going to walk out to that song unless they're trying to be a dick. You know, so yeah, I like the song. It's unique to me. I think it'll be my walkout song forever. And if not, it's not a huge deal. If they played the wrong song while I'm walking out, wouldn't bug me. It's just, I like that song.
So is that the kind of thing that still sort of, and like you said, even if they played the wrong song, it wouldn't get to your head, but is it still enough, knowing your connection to the song, knowing that it was made for you, does that put you at ease when you're walking out there in those moments, or are you already out of your head in the moment when you're making that walk to the cage?
I'm so clear in there. I'm so clear. I feel everything. I remember it. I don't black out or see red or any of that crap that people talk about. From when I wake up in the morning to when I go to bed, I'm very clear as we're walking out. So, you know, being able to kind of sing along to my song, you know, I know my guys are behind me. I remember all of this, you know, and I remember the feelings. It's terrifying no matter what, you know, it sucks walking to that cage, but that's why we do it, man. That's how you know you're alive. I'm alive. I'm living a life.
And you went out there and you put all this that you built into this moving, this camps and everything, and you got the great performance, and you came back here, and I know you said, man, it all paid off. If you went out there and still had a performance where you felt like everything was working, you were fighting on a great level, but maybe the nod wasn't, say it didn't go and you didn't get a finish and went to decision, it didn't go your way, but you still performed wonderful, would you still feel that it all paid off, the work and what the effort coming out? Did it have to be a win, or would a great performance have been enough to justify everything that you've done?
I guess we'll never know.
That's a great answer. All right, let's talk a little bit about the game plan. You definitely, like you said, you know, the wrestling and being able to kind of control him sort of sealed the day for you. So, but for you to prepare for his knees, the wrestling and being able to take him down, that had to be a big portion of the game plan that you were prepping for. What else was part of the game plan for him?
So we noticed that he dips a lot. So kneeing ourselves was a big one. And I actually caught him in the third round with a big knee. And I remember hitting him and thinking to myself, okay, he'll stagger. Something will happen to where I can like capitalize. And he just shook it off, kept coming like the G that he is. And then we were planning on dipping and hooking because he likes to lead with that back uppercut. I dipped to see what he did. He didn't lead with the uppercut at all. So we just had to make in-game adjustments. The nice thing about my coaches, Mike Brown and Thiago Alves, they came up with multiple. Hey, if this happens, we're doing this. If this happens, we're doing this. So there's never just one game plan. It's a series of game plans that are going to happen, and then there's always the fallback. Just adjust. I took a shot at the beginning and I fell right on my butt and looked like an idiot. Nobody plans for that, but I adjusted. I worked up, I got back to my feet, didn't let it get to me, and I started chipping away at him.
And I know the fight just happened, and it's probably hard to remember a lot of things. But going into that third, what sort of adjustments and things did your team tell you going into that third that you needed to do?
They told me to put more punches together, 3-2s instead of just I'm just kind of jabbing a little bit, and then I would just throw my backhand. I think Thiago Alves told me to fake the front, throw the back, just putting more punches together. Mike Brown made sure to remind me punches before my takedowns, punches before my takedowns. We're not shooting blind. Everything leads with punches. We don't shoot if we're not punching. And then my training partner, Thiago Moises, was just reminding me how hard that we worked in this camp together, how hard we got after it. And I had 5 more minutes of push for everything that I've worked for to pay off. So it was a really, really great combination of motivating me, telling me what I needed to do, and keeping me calm in the same instance. I have my corner, and if they'll be in my corner again, this is the corner that I want every time I fight.
That's awesome. And I guess last thing for me, and I guess maybe it's a credit to your opponent's toughness. It looked like as much as you were putting it on him, it looked like his power and his heart were still right there all the way to the very end. Did he feel as strong at the very end as he did at the beginning?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I expected that. I knew he was not going to go away. The whole camp, I kept telling myself, I am not going to finish this guy. I am not going to finish this guy. He is going to be in my face 24/7. I'm going to have to fight hard for 15 minutes. Obviously, I got the submission in the third. So happy about that. That's super awesome. But I was ready to fight those 15 minutes. In between the second and the third, I just kept telling myself, I'm up 2. We're going to go hard in this third. I'm up 2. We're going to go hard in this third. I'm going to win this round 2. There was a couple of worrying spots there, but I fought through them. I got the dub, and I got the finish. I'm super happy.
And is that the necessary mentality you need to carry always further, that you're always going to be in there to the end? I mean, I know guys like, I want to go on and get that knockout, but is the smart play to go in there expecting to be challenged from the beginning to the end?
Yeah, I would think so. If you go into a fight expecting that you're going to fight for 15 or 25 minutes, I always think that's a better mentality than thinking you're going to get him out of there. Because if you don't get him out of there, that's going to be rough. But if you go in thinking you're not going to get him out there, then you do get him out of there, you're pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. So are you pleasantly surprised?
I'm very, very happy with my performance. And I'm glad that it came in the third round. I know that sounds stupid, but I'm very glad that it came in the third round. I proved to these guys that last fight was a fluke. Not a fluke, but that last round of my last fight, that's never going to happen again. I can fight hard for 15 or 25 minutes, whatever it need be. And
when you say that, prove to these guys, you talking about the division or doubters? When you say you proved it, who is that message to? Is that like to the division, like you have it all, or?
Yes, all of the above.
Awesome. Congrats on the win, man.
Thank you so much.
Stoked for your upcoming wedding as well.
Thank you.